there, as a, you see, you will be in, as of now, normally in a relationship, you play the game of man, if you are a man. You play the game of women, if you are a woman. So you don't, just your body enjoys. When I say bisex, your body enjoys, you see separately that your body enjoys. Means, in the relationship, there is no guilt, there is no fear, there is no fear that the other will exploit you. As long as you don't have intimacy with the other, you can never experience your body enjoying it. First thing, in the normal sex, the heterosex, it's almost like a catharsis. You never relate with the other, just the bodies relate, over. Never the intimacy happens. Never you feel she is a being. Never you feel the other is a being. Never she feels you are a being. Once you start feeling that both are being, you may not need even the sex, but you will just see that your body is enjoying the other body. You will be out of body. That's what I call bisex. The fourth, let me finish the explanation. Autosex, homosex, bisex, and the heterosex, bisex. The fifth layer, what we call brahmacharya. You neither relate with the other body, nothing. You are just yourself. A continuous ecstasy happening in you. You can come to the brahmacharya state through this 4, 5, through this 4 and the 5th. Or you can come to the brahmacharya state directly by having the Satori. By Satori or sex. Sex or Satori. Both can lead you to Samadhi. Then what's your question? The one small thing is, in Satori, you have to only train yourself. In this path, in the other path, you have to train the other also. The other person also must be able to receive such a standard ideas or the maturity. The energy, when it settles into the body, starting only it will be playing the both games. Once it totally gets settled, energy neither bothers about male body nor bothers about female body. It starts relating. It starts relating. One more thing, there are some people who are so strong, even after having few experiments with the heterosex, they are not able to go into the heterosex. For them, better let them be in the same, nothing wrong. There are lot of references in our Mahabharata, in our Upanishads, in our Puranas for homosexuality being accepted as a social legal system. Actually, this time when I went to America, in California, homosexuality has been legally accepted. The marriage started happening exactly in that time only. Everywhere the same question. Swami, what Hinduism says about this? And I went to a temple to give a discourse. Just that day morning, the lesbian marriage has happened in the temple, Hindu temple. So big commotion. The trustees, how can you let this happen? Finally, the case was brought to me. What Hindu Shastra says about this?
Sorry, one last question.
No, let me finish this. What Hindu Shastra says about this? Finally, gave the solution. You see, I do not know what socially you decide, but mythologically there is a reference. There are references. Sigandi, the Aravanis. There are a lot of references who have lived in this way. So I think we should give them respect to live in their body, to live in their energy. In a way, consciously, if you scan them, they are beyond body. Meditation experience, spiritual experience is easy for them. Actually, try to consciously scan somebody. They are not under the spell of hormones. Already they are in a way, step ahead of the meditation. Either you should go for the hetero and come through the meditation, or if he feels that he cannot go far, then let him jump to the meditation. Someone thing can help. But if there is a possibility of hetero, he should not directly enter into meditation. Please be very clear. You should try, then only you should come for the meditation. Because if it has to go through the hetero, the meditation cannot help him. Either go through and get healed, or escape and get healed. Yes. only one way, Dukkharana meditation. And you see, here is the important thing. At least if I am allowed, I will make a law. No way female partner should be compelled. No way female partner and male partner should be compelled. There should be no compulsion. You see, just if the marriage happens, just because you have been married, the whole life you are forced. I don't think that's what I tell always, legalized prostitution. That should be just a sin. It should become a clear law. No way, either from man's side or from the women's side. It should be option. It should never be a compulsion. If the person is not understanding, I think it is time you should stand up and be very clear. It is time to show your boundary. It is time to prove who you are. It is time you should be very clear about the other person's boundary. See?
So, but given a choice, and if the cooperation is received from the male partner, the woman can stand up and say enough is enough.
Yes.
Okay.
She has to stand up. And one more thing, she should slowly work towards the goal.
Okay.
You see, by just accepting the reality, you will not proceed at all. Don't do that.
Yeah.
At least work towards the goal.
Tactful way.
This should be the goal.
Yeah.
And let you slowly work out. Of course, practical problems only you have to work out.
Yeah.
I feel that when women are ready to draw their boundaries, I think they should have the magnanimity to accept that a man has to handle his sexuality. If he goes to another woman, it is fine. I mean, you can't tell him, I can't give you something, but you cannot go elsewhere.
Of course, what she says looks justified.
I mean, how can you do that? Just like you are asking
Yes.
something to be respected in you. I mean, you have
So,
to...
we cannot say no to our argument. Yes. Family interests are protected.
I think a father of any children will never bring it into the open. They have enough sense not to do it. Nobody is going to break a family. And in our Indian tradition, so it's not as if it's something out of the way anybody is doing. It's a question of understanding the other person's need and telling him, go ahead, but please be careful. That's it.
One thing, I tell you, once a man starts understanding and looks into the subjects and all, thousands of problems are solved. That's what I feel. It is not such a big problem. Actually, if you look into the problem, it is not so big. It is so big, we have never looked into it. Yes.
I actually have one other question, but since we are on this subject, why is it that a woman is very possessive of her husband, while a husband he loves his wife, but he still, his eyes are roving around, which he refuses to accept. Why is this in most of the cases? I mean, yes, even in the jungle, the lion looks after the lioness, keeps her next to him, but still looks at all the other lioness going around there. This seems to be a kind of an animal law.
The main thing, the very basic energy. Man means the extravert. It's just a giving energy. It's aggressive energy. Women means passive energy. Introvert, receiving. Passive energy is always afraid. Aggressive energy is based on greed. Passive energy is based on fear. Greed and the fear. Aggressive is always greed. Passive is always fear. That's why always men feel they are deprived. Always women feel they are exploited. It is the usual state of feeling. Always men feel they are deprived. Always women feel they are exploited. That's the usual state because it's a giving. It's aggressive. It's a passive. So naturally, when the passive person, she is afraid. You see, when he is aggressive with me, naturally he will be aggressive everywhere. Because of a fear, she tries to possess. When you know how to respect each other, she will never feel she is exploited. You will never feel you are deprived. See, actually, I tell you, this Muladhara is under the big difficulty. That is why always, please, always the male Muladhara is under the big pressure. That's why it feels it is deprived. Female Muladhara is under the fear. That's why it feels it is exploited. Both healed Muladharas will never feel it is getting exploited or it is deprived.